You and Your Health with Dr. Richard Okoye.
Hello, what a wonderful time, precious opportunity we have again in this mission, You and Your Health, a program packaged by Dr. Save a Life Foundation, a non-governmental organization with a clear vision of giving total health to the people of Africa through the power of knowledge. Good news is coming our way through this very program, and the good news is that by the year 2025, keep it in record, that there will be a transformation in this nation whereby the life expectancy of our people, seated in an unacceptable in any manner, today at 55 years, will be minimum, come on, I said minimum 70 years by 2025. Call me a prophet today for you to see it happen, because we have been able to identify some indices, things that are killing our people principally because of ignorance. You have the opportunity now to guard your health by information you're going to get today, protect your family, your loved ones. Affliction, yes, shall not happen the second time, but it is expected of you to know why the first one happened. Most times we see people in a particular family lineage burying their loved ones in a case of a particular problem. Because in this side of the world, we don't keep good records. So most time you see a lot of people dying in the family, and what they kept as the diagnosis to the cause of death, or what they kept as the cause of the death of their loved one, is an attack. The multitude of the enemies that have been after them and trying to eliminate them. Majority of them, unfortunately, are too religious. Religious in the sense that they pray to God, they pray to whatever they believe, yet people keep dying as if the God is nowhere to be found. But you know what? God himself we call upon made a very emphatic statement in the book of Hosea 4 verse 6. He said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. It is not devil, come on. Demon attack, that is the nonsense mentality we all share today. People are living in unnecessary bondage, but God said people are dying not because of witches, demons, and all that we shout on the street, but because of lack of knowledge. And today I want to reveal to you what you have in you. Something may be going wrong even without you knowing. What is happening to your loved one? I will show you a practical picture of why you see most people diabetic, hypertensive. Suddenly they couldn't be able to perform the way they used to perform. You will get to know people tend to have stroke. You say, oh, come on, it's because he was given one office or the other office, immediately the enemies came. And that's how it's gone. Such story will end in our time, because people will get to know all the deception from all manner of merchants, spiritual and otherwise, in our society, celebrating devil in a place of obvious ignorance. It will end in our time. And that is our mission. Total health to the people of Africa. Charity begins at home, and we believe God that by the year 2025, such testimony will be heard among our people that are the life expectancy of Nigerians, who are even more religious than most countries in the world. How come? Japan having 84 years, Monaco 89, so many of the people having over 80 years, even not Africans. But here where we pray more, having 55 years, and we all summarizing it is one devil, is one demon, is one this and one this. How long can we remain in this? With a heart full of this passion, Enough will be enough because people will get to know most of these things happening. Today I will show you why so many people that have hypertension, why they die following heart failure. You get to know also why people have stroke. Even some people who have stroke, they are not hypertensive. He said, no, there's nothing happening to him. Only that he wasn't even hypertensive. How come he has stroke? I'm here to tell you, someone without BP can have stroke live and direct. So it will pause us at this point to join this very mission, total health for all, through the power of knowledge. 2025, together, we can build a very healthy nation. Believing it's going to happen real. However, I want you to stay tuned. When I come back, we are going to talk about your heart, your life. I'll be right back.
Health with Dr. Richard Okoye.
Welcome back. You and your health, a program sponsored by Dr. Save a Life Foundation. I remain your friend, Dr. Richard Okoye. Today we have a very, very special message to deliver. And that very message has to do with the cause of death among our people, unfortunately, being misinterpreted. You have heard a number of people that said, my father died. He was just like walking, he went to work all of a sudden. The man was hale and hearty. The name what we normally use, because in a common man's language, hale and hearty means that he is eating well. Hale and hearty. All of a sudden, he died. This person slumped and died. Nobody seemed to ask other question other than asking the question that once they mention that it is an enemy in the office, an enemy in the village, an enemy somewhere, it summarizes everybody's mind that that was it. A young man visited me one occasion, and the way he was actually looking at I became a little bit worried. And I asked him, are you hypertensive? He said, no. But they just discovered that my BP went up. But when we checked his BP, his BP was 230, 120. And I said, young man, do you know what is happening to you? He said, no, there's nothing happening to me. It was an attack. I visited my village and the other. And I quietly asked him, just pause. Where is your father? I asked him, where is your father? He said, my father is late. He died at what age? He died at the age of 68. I said, okay, what exactly killed your father? He said, he said he went to the work. He said he went to work, and coming back, he just suddenly slumped and died. And it was also mentioned that it was an enemy, it was poison and all that, and he's also well. I simply told him, the same enemy that killed your father is already behind you, that you may move out from this very office before you get to what happened to your father will happen to you. Because there is an adage that says, if a child fails to understand, fails to know what killed his father will eventually kill him. Why do people just keep on dying without us giving a proper account of what happened to them? And I want to use today to reveal something to you with respect to hypertension, your heart, and your brain. The effect of hypertension to your heart and to your brain. It will be so classical that when I'm showing you what I will demonstrate right now, many people that buried their loved ones following the issue of heart failures and all that, we see exactly what happened. So many people also listening to me right now, also who you may know, right there always already in the dental, you will see practical thing that are telling you it is the same thing also taking them down the grave. And that's why what you are going to hear right now, you take the message, use it to save someone. That's why we're here. People are dying in Nigeria not because of what you hear, but because of lack of knowledge. Now, let me tell you this. Your blood pressure is designed in line with this your body to be within a particular range. And that particular range has to be in the neighborhood of less than 140, the systolic dimension of it, and less than 90, the downward of it. Even though as one advances in age, there is also an allowance given on the electoral up there. But be that as it may, when your blood pressure start going up, you shouldn't sweep it under the cover. Don't analyze it. It is a good thing for you to know that many people have had hypertension even in their early age and still get up to 90 years while managing the same. So it does not mean that because someone has hypertension, the person is gone. It's not true. No, never true. I want to tell you that it's not true. Now, when someone has an uncontrolled hypertension, two things happen. What it does is that it will narrow the blood vessels and cause the blood vessels also to get thickened over time. And what happens is that when such narrowing occurs, it means the heart to be working very hard in order to maintain the pumping ability of the heart, making the heart to be working very hard in order to circulate the blood across the entire body. All right, that is the work of the heart. It receives the blood that is not oxygenated, after passing through the lung, get oxygenated, it puts it back to everywhere. People will now receive oxygen, organs will receive oxygen, the brain will receive oxygen, nutrients, and all that. All right, but see what happened over the time of working. What you discover that heart that is working very hard, just like somebody doing this weightlifting, after a while, that very fellow that has been doing lifting and all that will now develop what you call macho or hypertrophy of the muscle. All right? The same thing now will happen to the heart. The heart will now start getting enlarged. That's why some people, you will just do an X-ray, you see that the heart is larger than normal. Hey, something is about to go wrong in that very heart if nothing is done as quickly as possible. And when this heart continues to work, over the time of compensation, trying just to, over the time, it will start getting tired. By getting tired, it will not be in position to be pumping the blood as he's supposed to be pumping the blood up and down, up and down. And do you know what? Over that time, it's not pumping the blood, so many things can go wrong. And I show you things that happen to most people. If I'm just demonstrating this, I want you to expand your mind, cast your mind back, cast your mind around you, your friends, your loved one, are late people, what has happened to them. You begin to see a typical picture where no devil was involved. What will happen at that time when the heart is not able to circulate blood the way it's supposed to circulate? They will now start having what is called easy fatigability. What do you mean by easy fatigability? They start getting tired on the things they used to do. If they walk over time, you will start getting so tired. You go for the exercise. A small exercise that we get done, it will feel as if it will be as if life is going out of the fellow. The staircase he used to even run to go is discovered that as he's moving the staircase, all of a sudden he will just panting as if he's climbing mountain. Something is happening, what implies that the heart does not have the capacity to meet up the demand of oxygen and all the glucose and all that that's supposed to go, at the time is increasing exertion. When it begin to increase stress over the body, at that time is exertion. You just get so tired. At that time, the heart is beckoning on you. The load on me is beyond me to carry. Do something before something do us, because your heart is your life. When heart stop working, what they say that the person have died. And I will tell you today, many people are losing their heart as I'm talking to you right now. But this very great vision we have, by reason of knowledge, I see you back again. I see your loved one back again, even as you send this very message across to them wherever they are. Over the time of getting tired, because just like your pumping machine that won't be able to pump as it's supposed to pump, there will be more retention of water in the body. Now we start getting retained on the ankles, on the knee, if you press the body. Usually if you press your body, it should be able just to come out. It doesn't press and remain there. But in the presence of fluid, if you press that very ankle, over time you leave it, you will see a dimple. You will see the place go in, it will come out. You know what happened? What that implies is that the water that's supposed to go around is no more going around. What is the implication therefore? Over the time of that water can keep on coming. Sometimes it can get to the point, even when the person is sleeping, the water is now being accumulated even at the level of the lungs. And that's why at that point, you see the person, apart from the exercise, you will see some people that will be most likely in the hospital. You see them, instead of us allowing them to lie flat, we put pillows or make the bed to come up so that they could be able to breathe. And even when the person is seated, you will be seeing the person. Sometimes you will have what is called wheezing. As he's breathing, you'll be hearing small, the noise of the breathing. Something is going wrong. It's not normal. If there be also accumulation of water about the lungs, the person may start coughing. You see some level of cough, you will just be coughing. You know why I have to emphasize on this? This is a bad time for anybody to allow his or herself. If you are hypertensive, in any form diabetic, you should never allow your situation or your health condition to deteriorate to this point. If it does, you will be misinterpreted. Thank God for the NCDC and the Presidential Task Force recently trying just to amend the protocol to allow the hospitals participate in the management of COVID. Otherwise, why most of the people you hear that died during this period, they died because the doctors are not too sure what they are facing. You see a lot of people that have hypertensive heart failure, that have a lot of issues that has to do with respiratory distress. Most of them died because nobody was too sure. And that's why at this point in time, if you are hypertensive, you better get to the hospital and be followed up before the inevitable, before the worst start happening, where you may be misdiagnosed, where your situation may be misinterpreted, where your situation may begin to inject fear into even the people that are supposed to help you. And that's one of the things that happen when the heart starts failing. It is called, there is what is called orthopnea, medically called orthopnea. I will explain to you. He discovered that this very fellow who used to lie down flat, but if he lies down flat this time around without a pillow, it seems as if he's choking. He says, hey, you need to get up in order to get inside. You know what? Because of the enlargement of the heart, now being in position to be compromising the diaphragm, the lungs won't have the full capacity to be able to go down for him to get full inspiration. He says something. He has to get up. There's also what is called paradoxal nocturnal dyspnea. This particular word, it happened in a way that as if it's truly, there's one demon that have come in the night to steal the person away. How does it happen? When such people with heart failure will be in a deep sleep, because it usually happens about late hour, so when they will be in a deep sleep, about that time they will be in a deep sleep, they will have that choking effect. They couldn't, as he wake up, he will think that is one spirit that have come to take him off. He will now begin to rush where he will get fresh air. He may start opening all the window in a particular time of the night. One of my friend's father, who happened to have this very condition, as he came, while we were talking, I said, Daddy, how are you? What exactly is happening to you? He said, my son, I know exactly when this thing comes. That these very people target me between 1 and 2 a.m. So that by that 1 and 2 a.m., once they come, they will press me as if they want to take me away. So you know what the father now strategized? He will now be sleep around 1 a.m. He will wake up and just sit down and waiting for the spirit that will come at that bad time. So you will now be awake from 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. so that spirit must have visited and see him awake. You know what happened? There's no spirit. At the time of 1 a.m. to a.m. is when he used to go into deep sleep. And at that deep sleep, the enlarged heart throwing against the diaphragm will not allow the heart, the lungs to be able to have space to breathe. So as he's just struggling in that sleep, you may even shout. It means there is one demon truly that have come to take him off. There is nothing like that. What I'm talking about right now, it looks like a play, all right? It looks like a film. It looks like someone who is acting out a particular thing, but this is a reality. You know what? A reality TV show of your health issue. What I'm talking about right now, some people right there at home, is suffering the same thing. And if you are listening to me, what is happening right now, I'm not telling you one demon is after you. Yet what I'm telling you is as real as you can think about. I want you just at this very point in time realize that ignorance is about to kill you. Step out where you are right now. Get to the hospital before it becomes a case. It becomes difficult for doctors to differentiate whether your case is COVID-19 or is this heart failure related issue that may be happening. All right, stay tuned. I'll be right back. Ignorance is the mother of personal destruction, a voluntary misfortune, and it is worse when you are ignorant of your ignorance. Doing something same way, expecting a different result is another demonstration of madness. If you have done what you think you know concerning that your health problem, why not seek for professional advice? If you lose money, you lose something. But if you lose your health, you lose everything. Hear this. You don't need things to enjoy life. You need life to enjoy things. Give your health professional attention.
You and your health with Dr. Richard Okoye.
Welcome back. You are still on You and Your Health. I'm your friend Dr. Richard Okoye. And today in our power of knowledge to the liberation of our people, we are talking about the cause of untimely death. That people usually in their prime age, when they have labored and are about to eat the fruit of their labor, that is when you will suddenly be said that the man came in and nobody saw him again. We've been able to establish that neglected or poorly managed complicated hypertension could give birth to what is called heart failure. This heart failure we are talking about never means that your heart has stopped working. No. What it means that the heart is no longer performing in its optimal capacity, for which is not capable of circulating the blood that is supposed to pump to all the members of the body, thereby giving them life again. And all these are people are passing through and painfully dying in it, and someone is somewhere prophesying to them that is an attack from the enemy, an attack from demon that never ends in our lifetime. But this is the time, he said, true knowledge shall the just one be delivered. That this is the time we need to get this very knowledge. And that's why we're coming on. That by reason of Vision 2025, that the life expectancy of our people will change for better. 70 years minimum. And this we are talking about, it has killed many people. But what you know today, together we can deliver those that are in it and also be able to save ourselves. We are talking about Vision 2025, that you should not be part of the number of untimely deaths. And that's why this very program is coming your way. And I encourage you, if this very program is of benefit to you, you can support it. This very station, of course, to be in this station is financially demanded. We are not asking, give us money. No. You can sow a seed in any station and say, this program can run in a station like this. Even you can call on this very station and say, come on, what can I contribute to this? You can pay in to support this program running. It won't go down. We are very optimistic. But together, we can take it to the next level. I want you to stay tuned. When I come back, we will continue on the issue of the heart. And we will now see how this very heart failure could also give rise to the issue of stroke. And if there be someone who is not hypertensive, is there any way that such person could still be said to have stroke without hypertension? How possible is that? That I will reveal to you as I will be right back.
You and Your Health with Dr. Richard Okoye is brought to you by Dr. Civil Life Foundation.